Hi folks, how's it going out there today? Well, the title of this video in the second week of October was 1,000 bags. It was kind of a dream at that time, just thinking, is there a way that I can give out 1,000 bags of food to people? And I was looking then at the bag counts and wondering if we could give out 1,000 bags. Wow, now I'm looking at 3,000 bags. That's my next goal, I hope, as we are right now at 2,075 bags, and that's as of December 19th, 2024, not that long ago. A little bit of a story about me recently. I went to a rally in Fort Collins in late September of last year. It was Share Your Faith at the Vineyard of the Rockies of Fort Collins, Colorado. The Vineyard of the Rockies and the Greeley Vineyard is a big part of my soul for over 12 years, believe it or not. The Vineyard Church is amazing. They're both amazing. So, I have since moved on with my own ministry, which set me on a little different path in my life. Kind of a big different path in my life. I've partnered with thank goodness, with the Journey Christian Church, which, is my newfound church home right now. It's my church home. So going back to Sharing Your Faith rally, there was a pastor on the second day in session 3 that part of his message was for us to make a pledge about how many folks we could or would tell our story of our salvation to. So it was, how many people would you want to do that? And the pledge was from September 23rd, 2024, and basically at that 2-day rally, to September 23rd, 2025, aka in 1 year. So basically telling your salvation to someone or counting how many you're going to do in a year. He said, raise your hand, when you're ready, when you think you've got your count. So he would point at people like sometimes and ask, how many? He said, how many did you get? How many do you think about? And there were quite a few answers, from 12 to several 100, several to 100 basically, to 1,000, some people or more, and some higher counts with pastors. So, I was a little nervous right then because, boy, I was kind of shaking, so that he would point to me, but he didn't, which was really probably a good thing. But what came through my mind right then when he said that, how many people would you like to tell your story to, and of salvation, and and to me it came 10,000. It was 10,000. So, man, I'm glad he didn't call on me, because geez, I thought, man, am I nuts or something here? It's like 10,000, and geez, I didn't know what to think. But more about that in a little bit here. So, moving on, Isaiah 58:10. If you spend yourselves in behalf of the hungry and satisfy the needs of the oppressed, then your light will rise in the darkness and your night will become like noonday. So now a little bit about the outreach that's going on with the church and me. The seasons are changing quickly, and it's been a little rough out there recently, the weather-wise, but I keep home, but not so much for those who are out there that have no shelter. It's a little bit different story for them. Some come in 28-degree weather, no coats, gloves, hats, and they just come to where I'm giving out the food and stuff. One gal comes every time I set up with shorts, a sleeveless top, and flip-flops. It's 28 degrees. Those folks become acclimated to the weather. I was one of them back probably, I won't go into it, but in my homeless days, how's that? We became animals in the winter. We acclimated ourselves because, we were outside all the time anyway. In this video, I wanted to record folks as I was giving and interacting with them as I was handing out bags or so. So all of the interaction with these folks are, in a way, it's just like being in a movie. The whole thing is like being in a movie when you get out there. Just talking to all the different people from all around the world show up there, all around the world. And their, actions and reactions, it's just they're truly amazing to me. It's a blast, basically. There are a few judgment calls and decisions as a video maker and publisher, which I am, that you have to adhere to, supposedly to follow the rules about filming and making videos. So, if you are making videos to post out into the world, filming people that you do not know, basically, you have to have, supposedly you're supposed to have a consent or, from them, or permission forms, or a video agreement with them. There's a huge amount of folks out there that are recording videos of everything, everybody. You probably, listening to this, you probably recorded somebody today, anybody. But, and they post it, and all the tech giants, basically, that you are probably holding in your hand right now and watching or listening to this. So if you record your family, or maybe your best friend or one of them, and they get embarrassed by your video that goes out there, and it goes out in public, basically, they can sue you, or they can make you remove the video and cause some really problems, between your family or friends. YouTube's AI, along with other social media platforms, watches for infringement copyrights all the time. The AI finds it. So now I can ask those folks, which I did on the October 10th outreach there, if I could film them. And if they say yes, I could film them. Nowadays, you're supposed to get that in writing and file it away. Now, even if that is accomplished, they still could come back and sue you unless you contract them in writing. And sometimes that don't even work either. Even after asking all of the folks, not all, but a lot of the folks on that outreach day, no one wanted me to film them on Thursday, October 10th, 2024, the outreach day. Well, I was there in their shoes quite a few years ago, but, I didn't want anyone to know that I was homeless or a hopeless fool and an addict hiding. I was hiding. I didn't want to be found. So, I have a lot of conversations with the people that day. They said, well, we didn't want showing up, a video of mine, maybe that their grandmother or their parents or somebody or the government would see them and say, oh, there they are. So let's move on now. John 6, verse 35, Jesus said to them, I am the bread of the life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger, and whoever believes in me shall never thirst. This is a quick photo summary of the items that I received from the World Food Bank, the Journey Christian Church, and several folks that want to remain anonymous. There's clothing and hygiene products. Here's a nice jacket that was given to us to give away. And Bibles from the Journey Christian Church. Once the bag is finished, it goes out to our site that we are setting up at, and we hand it out to people. Well, why do I count bags? First, it's basically for the World Food Bank tracking. They require us to keep track of food in various ways. So, I need to be, give a shout out and give thanks to all the volunteers and the workers at the World Food Bank here in Greeley, Colorado. It's amazing. Especially to the Journey Christian Church, the pastors, volunteers that work in the background that helps me obtain the food that I give out. Without them, it would be very hard for me to continue at this level of giving out so many, over 100 bags of food every time I go out. That's just totally crazy. So, do you remember the first part of the video, about my pledge to 10,000? So there's another reason I count bags. It is to reach my goal of 10,000 bags of food given out by September 23rd, 2025. Kind of a big hope, I guess. So a little bit of a follow-up on the inserts that goes in my bags. Here's those bags. It's my story of salvation, which is included into most of the bags. It's included in most of the bags. And each bag, as it travels, has a story. And hopefully that my story maybe could change someone's heart out there. Just maybe it could. And each bag matters to God as I ask for His blessings over all of the food and my story. perhaps my story could reach maybe some people struggling out there, Christians as well. Maybe it would help them out a little bit too. Let me ask you this today. What would your pledge be for, or how many folks would you like to tell your story to of salvation? How many folks in a year from now, during that whole year, how many folks would you like to say, how many could I tell the story to? Think about that. Thank you for watching today. That's it, folks. We'll see you down the road. Have a good day. If you have questions about recycling your heart, contact me by email, jack@recyclehearts.org, or come to the Journey Christian Church in Greeley, Colorado, and we can help you with that too.